that's a show. Quick. This is like a quick short take. Quick. Like, very quick. The Hulk Hogan documentary came out. Yep. I watched it. Did you watch it?
Yep.
What were your thoughts on it?
I mean, a lot of it I know, and we both probably know.
That's the thing. Yeah.
It's nothing new. There's some footage, and I actually, I didn't say anything when I was watching. I was watching with my wife, and I was watching it, and I'm like, why is he always in thongs?
I know where you're saying.
The thongs?
I knew it.
And because someone else brought it up.
I said the same thing to my wife. I'm like,
what's with the thongs? He's playing with the kids, and
he's in a thong.
He's rolling around, and then I was listening to a wrestling podcast, and I forgot who was on talking about that. But that it was just coincidence. The guy didn't see the documentary. He was just talking that he was invited to go to Hogan's house for a party, and then he sees Brutus the Barber Beefcake, which was Hogan's really good friend, one of the wrestlers, was walking. And now there's kids and everything around, and Brutus comes with a fucking banana hammock thong
with the reverse mankini,
walking around. So Hogan sees this. He runs into the house. He comes out with his thong.
That was bizarre.
In front of and then but that's what they would do, and then they would call them Hogan's thong parties. I didn't know this, but the guy didn't see the documentary. This was an older interview I just happened to stumble upon after.
And the documentary comes out, and you're like, holy shit.
What's the
He's
thongs?
rolling around on the floor with his child in a thong and nothing else on.
Yeah.
I mean, first of all, if I had a body like that, I'd be walking around shirtless all the time too, but not a thong. Like, you don't have a pair of Nike Air shorts or something.
Well, he didn't want the tan lines, but I mean, not when you're in the house rolling around with the kids. Like, you don't want
that was so
or at a
bizarre.
barbecue, a family barbecue, and you're in a thong.
I couldn't get past that at all. That's so funny how you thought that.
Well,
too.
because we know everything else. We know the history.
I'm wondering if he was alive for the putting together of this documentary, that he would have allowed that to happen.
Well, probably for him, it's just normal to be in a thong. Like, it was an everyday thing for him because he never had tan lines. He always tan. He's living in Tampa. Where is it? Tampa Bay.
Well, his wife says in the documentary she introduced him to tanning beds.
Yeah.
So yeah, you could lie down in a tanning bed with a thong on, no problem. Why are you rolling around on the floor?
If you're inviting me to a barbecue and you're making hot dogs and you're serving me with a thong on,
I'm leaving.
I'm leaving. Oh, immediately.
I'm saying, I'm sorry, Steve. I love you, but I gotta go.
You see, I don't know if you watched the Curb episode with the thong.
No.
So
I wasn't a big Curb guy.
No, but anyways, there's you'd love it. I don't know why. Anyways, you don't watch it, but
he goes time.
I know, but he goes to he goes to the I think his therapist or doctor tells him to go to the beach it's relaxing, go to the beach. So he goes to the beach and he guess what he sees? He sees his doctor or his therapist, and he's wearing a thong. So from that point, he goes, I can't be around this guy. I can't be. So he fires him because he's wearing a thong, and he tells the other patients, which is Richard Lewis or his friends, that he saw him in a thong, and they all fired because a guy wearing a thong. Come on, like it's just I can't.
It doesn't work. Even I'm against Speedos.
Oh, Speedos too.
Thongs. Like that makes me laugh every time I see a grown man in a Speedo and his balls are sagging. But I'm like you.
I like how this is our Hogan.
I'm trying to reel it back here to the Hogan thing. I'm like you. I mean, everything about that documentary felt like, we know it, we got it. The WCW transition, becoming the bad guy, becoming Hollywood Hogan.
Yep.
It seems like there's been various different platforms that have done this for sure. Now, a couple of points was the behind-the-scenes problems with his ex-wife, with Linda and stuff.
Yeah.
Him cheating on his wife initially with one of with a teenager,
with one of the friends. Wasn't one of the friends?
One of
the
his daughter's friends.
Yeah,
that I didn't know. So that
I knew that. Yeah,
off guard.
Yeah.
The only thing I thought, because it was a Netflix and they're super liberal and woke and they like to put all that shit. I thought they would give him a harder time because of his Trump supporting.
Yeah, I was surprised they didn't go into that stuff.
They took it easy on. I'm not surprised they went there. But let's be honest, him going out the Republican National Convention and speaking on behalf of Donald Trump was going to put him in a tough spot. right? And then they debut Netflix in Los Angeles, of all places, and he gets booed. And of course he's going to get booed. Los Angeles is about as liberal as it gets. I thought they would be more brutal. But I thought they were very fair. They were extremely fair, and they gave him a chance to explain himself. So I was pleasantly surprised with how they covered that part of it. But the rest of it is stuff we've seen.
That's what I'm telling you. The Shawn Michaels documentary.
I still got to see that.
I liked it way better than the Hogan one. And I told you, like, that's one of my favorites. Because your stuff that you didn't know, and we didn't like care for, like, I respected him as a wrestler, like Shawn Michaels, but as a human being, he was a prick.
But the thing with Shawn Michaels now, it seems like he's a lot. He's a lot more aware and regretful of the way he acted back then. Yeah. And
no drugs.
He found Jesus and what have you, and that helps. So he's a lot more aware of how he was. Where I think Hulk Hogan still believed up to the point that
he was Hulk Hogan.
That he was Hulkamania. Yeah. And he said it himself. He admits that he was just so locked up into his character that it was him. And there's so much more that we could have learned about him that he probably didn't want to share. I get this feeling that he wasn't the greatest person behind the scenes. I get the feeling.
Yeah. No. He was, but I'm just for me, it's just Hulkamania forever. You know what I mean? I don't want to know the person. I don't want to know.
Never meet your heroes.
You never meet your heroes. So for me, it was always Hulkamania. And, like, I'll never forget what your sister did to me. I still hate her for that.
Oh.
She said that she knew that she went to Maple Leaf Gardens and met Hulk Hogan, and she told him about me, that I was his biggest fan, and she got an autograph and a little note from Hulk Hogan that she gave me, but it was her. I'm not stupid.
Did it?
She was her handwriting.
Oh my God.
So I was like, I ripped it up in front of her, and I go, "This is not from Hulk Hogan." Anyways. I'll never forget that.
You're still. There's a lot of things you don't want to forget by the looks of it.
Forgive, but never forget.
You're living in the past, man. You're living in the past. It was from Seinfeld.
Yeah. Giddy up.
That's a show.
See you later.